Hey, my name is Nathan.
Where did you
The
get
Nathan. It is literally called the Nathan Cup.
else.
That's my name. Thank you. I did not know I made it.
12 more. There are 12 presents. Oh, an adventure. That's gonna suck. Do you just shush me?
Come over here, boy! Come over here! Come over here! You don't get to shush me and run away! I'm gonna send your skull into your ribcage! Where do you think you're going, boy? You don't get to shush me and survive! You can't run from me, boy! Yes, I will, boy! I'm right behind you! Get over here!
I survived. He can't get me no more.
Yeah, boy! Get over here! You think I don't see you, boy?
I am safe.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't, boy. No, you ain't.
Where's Green Guy?
Where do you think you're going?
All right. Whew. Finally out, guys. The lab is finally out, and we've got the Toymaker update for all y'all to mess around with. As you can see, I've actually been hard at work designing all of my custom items. I've got my pine boosters, plank, sledgehammer, and oaken shield, which are all custom items which you will now be able to create in Yeeps. If you've not watched my previous video, where I covered everything there was in the update, make sure to go watch that first. This video will be for covering a couple things that have changed. Since I made that video right when the lab first came out, there were some things that were not in the game yet, and some things that simply changed. First and foremost, in my previous video, you may have noticed I tested out the team bubbler block and tried to put a customized item in there, and it didn't work. Holy cow, stick drift. My headset's already low. I only just started recording. But yes, I tried to use the team bubbler and it didn't quite work. Well, that is actually a thing now. So long as you own the item redesign that you're wanting to use, you can place it in team bubblers and it'll be used in the map. Furthermore, team bubblers will actually prioritize whatever item is in your favorite slot. So, if somebody places a normal bat in a team bubbler, then your favorited bat reskin will take priority. That being said, if somebody were to put a custom reskin in, the reskin will take priority over your favorites, since it's something the map designer specifically wanted you to wield. This means you can make custom weapons for every team. If you want to make a zombie apocalypse type game mode where all of the zombie players have destroyed weapons, or maybe spruce up the gear that your goblins are wielding, well, now you can. Hello, football. Next up, I got a question on my previous video by somebody named Cheap Waffle, and they were asking me whether or not you can get old bundle reskins by purchasing a redesign. So, for example here, I have my wooden plank here that I roll around on, and its base item is the skateboard from the reskin. What Cheap Waffle was asking was, if somebody were to not own the skateboard, would they be able to purchase this reskin, or this redesign of the skateboard, and thus have one of the bundle items, or at least a modified version of it? Now, I am sad to inform you all, this is not possible. If you don't own the skateboard reskin, then you won't be able to purchase any redesigns that use the skateboard as a base. This means even if you own the sled, you will not be able to purchase somebody's redesign that uses a skateboard as a base, which I find actually really sad, and it also means that there is still no way for new players to ever get their hands on a Fireburst, at least for now. So, goodbye, friend. That is some sad news, so let's get into something maybe a little bit more fun. Now, I didn't actually have too much that I needed to cover in this video, since, not much changed over the span of the lab. Because of that, I decided the other part of this video will just be a couple tips and tricks for customizing gear. Since we are having an update all about making our own custom reskins, I thought it would be fitting to actually give you guys some advice on how to make good reskins, or some tips and tricks you didn't know. So, let's get into it. Woo! First up, I have a very simple tip, which is pre-paint your charms. If you are not aware, every single one of these items in these little baskets are referred to as charms, and they are what we'll be attaching to our items. However, in creative mode, you can actually paint the block itself, and a charm will take on the color that it's been painted. So, if you are going to be making a custom part, and you're going to be using a lot of a specific part, it's going to be in your best interest to paint this item ahead of time. By doing this, you will save a ludicrous amount of time, which is definitely recommended. Now, if you've noticed, I actually can't place any charms on this. The reason being is it's not on the craft table. Now, this is something that did change from Lab. Originally, you could customize anything anywhere, but now you have to be in range of the workbench. As you can see, it's glowing red because it's not close enough to be attached. If I step out of range of the workbench, it's going to be completely fine. It's a bit buggy behavior. Oh, it's just this thing has really insanely long range. Silly me, don't mind me. So yeah, if you want to try to customize a gear item, you have to be within range of one of these crafting benches before the item can be customized. Now, if you ever make a mistake, don't worry, you can put it on the bench and hit remove last, and it'll pop the item right off. And if you have a lot of items that you need to remove, you can just hit remove all. And the thing explodes. And also, if you are enjoying customizing your item, you can also accidentally stub your toe and then destroy all of your life's work. In one instance. Gone forever. So, while you can remove parts, be very, very cautious. And furthermore, I'd actually recommend using the back half of the table when you're customizing an item, because otherwise, you're gonna accidentally hit this button. Now, you might be thinking, why even risk hitting the button? Just customize on the ground. Well, items on the workbench actually have a longer despawn timer. This means you'll have a lot longer before the item deletes itself automatically. Furthermore, every time you apply a new item, my hands are so shaky. Every time you apply a new charm, this also resets the despawn timer, meaning you don't have to pick up the item every few seconds to reset its despawn timer. And just like that, we've made ourselves a very spiky mallet. Next up, I wanted to go into a bit of just a mild random bit of advice, which is how to make really, really good googly eyes. There are a couple charms that are straight up used as eyes, like these guys here. You can use these guys to make really good googly eyes. As you can see, we now have a sentient piece of coal, everybody's favorite. There are also, somewhere hiding around here, I didn't bother to bring them over, there are these 2D eyes, which we can also use on our piece of coal to make them, you know, stand out a little bit. But what if you don't want these types of eyeballs? They don't really taste very good. They don't taste good, so don't eat them. But let's say you wanted to have a slightly different type of googly eye. Well, I'd like to introduce you to the pin and styrofoam combo. If we grab ourselves a little seeker pin here, we paint it black. As you can see, the tip is now black. And remember, all of these can be painted just by a little bit of a dab of paint. But we can actually place down seeker pins because they have a very long hitbox, thanks to the other end. Now we grab these styrofoam balls. There we go. And we place down our googly eyes. Now, the benefit of this is they look absolutely stupid and hilarious. As you can see, we've got a very different vibe. While these eyeballs are all well and good when it comes to googly eyes, it's certainly not the same thing. As you can see, we have two different types of eyes, and I don't know about you, but this one just looks infinitely more derpy and infinitely beautiful, you know? So, yeah, sorry, bud. You aren't good enough. Now perish. Yeah! Now, my next tip is to not underestimate the power of void paint. You see, if you're trying to make a custom item, you might be tempted to try and think of the perfect recolor setup. But in truth, you can actually just completely black out the model and apply stuff on it later. I didn't see this used much, and so I feel like it's a bit of an underappreciated tactic. But if you're trying to make a custom item or weapon, it might be in your best interest to simply black out absolutely everything. By blacking out the entire model, it kind of hides its shape and its extra detail, and obscures the original size and scale of the model, which might be in your best interest. As you can see here, a lot of the detail is lost due to the fact that you can't see any of the depth of anything. It's entirely voided. So if you're planning to make a custom item, don't underestimate completely blacking it out to obscure any advanced details there might be. Next up, in terms of tips, we've got something that has a tip. Arrows. Arrows can be customized and they can be designed to however you fancy. The reason I want to draw attention to this is because arrows can be stabbed and can also be stuck inside of other players, which has a lot of potential, really. A lot of people use arrows as throwing weapons, so you can make your own custom throwing weapons, even to going as far as to turn this into a knife, designing your own custom mini blade, so it looks like you're throwing knives instead of throwing, whatever. What is this abomination? Next up, in terms of items that I think have great potential, the compass. You can actually make your own custom coins and do coin flips where they're testing for heads and tails. Now, this isn't an amazing thing, but I do think it's kind of fun to be able to do coin flips. Furthermore, another item that's really cool is this little lad right here. If you've ever wanted to send your own minions into battle, now you have the chance. The hard thing about the wind-up bomb is, of course, if you let go of it for even an instant, it's gonna run away from you. But if you can manage to spend the time to customize it, you can create your own tiny little minion that you can send off into battle. Look at that. If I saw that coming towards me, I would probably run in fear. Never mind, he has the IQ of a 4-year-old. Another item for reskinning that should be on your agenda is any kind of headwear. This means the auto turret, the flashlight helmet, and also the saddle. I don't actually own the saddle, but these items are really, really cool because you can make your own custom hats with them. Essentially, this gives you the ability to make your own custom head cosmetic to be in any style you want. And as you can see here, you have quite a large range to work with. Like, items go pretty far out. So there's some incredibly cool things you can make. I've seen some incredibly cursed stuff. Furthermore, since the saddle goes over the sides of your head, I've seen people make custom forward-facing helmets that even cover your face entirely. So you can make custom masks, custom helmets, all sorts of stuff by focusing specifically on head items. Next up, something that's really, really cool is RC vehicles. These vehicles can actually be recolored, and furthermore, you can apply any kind of charm to any non-moving part. By non-moving, I mean you can't apply it to the cockpit or to the what do you call that? The barrel. However, any other part of it, like the main body, you can apply cosmetics to, or sorry, charms. This means you can make your own custom tank to send into battle, your own custom airplane, or your own custom RC car. Furthermore, the current bundle is actually a sleigh. So if you want to, you could create your personal, your Yeep inside of the sleigh and have it ride around. This is really, really cool. It's a kind of awesome little thing to be able to make your own custom tank. Hey, what are you looking at? Why are you happy? Now, another cosmetic you should keep your eye on is specifically the wrist remote. It might seem like an odd one at first, but this entire thing is customizable. You can customize anything down this entire antenna. One of the things I did, which actually turned out pretty cool, is you can make a damaged Yeep hand by using some styrofoam balls to emulate stuffing, which is actually a oddly common thing. It's a fan favorite thing to add broken stuffing onto things. But by adding some styrofoam balls to look like cotton and adding a couple different pins into the hand, you can make it look like your hand just got completely obliterated and is just erupting stuffing. It's a pretty cool style. Of course, obscuring the remote itself is probably in your best interest, but just like this, it now looks like I have been terribly wounded and my arm is just erupting cotton, which is, again, pretty darn cool if you're trying to make a zombie apocalypse style map. And it still does work as a controller, so, you know, pretty cool. And as far as wrist attachments go, don't forget you can work with adding things to wrap around the hand itself, trying to wrap around a finger or thumb. But yeah, you can just make it look like you've got a just a very injured hand. However, also, you can just make custom gloves if you really want to. You can have anything going around your arm like this and make your own custom, I put that on terribly, but you get the idea. You can make your own custom gloves. Furthermore, another cool idea is taking advantage of the fact that other items are going to clip into each other. As you can see here, my shield actually links up with the blaster itself, which does look pretty darn cool. And you can focus on making items that are specifically made to connect to each other, whether that's grappling hooks or these antennas. You can make items that specifically look a certain way, which I think is kind of fun. But yeah, for now, I've got my fully defended hand, and this hand might have gotten slashed up a bit. Oopsie doops. But yeah, this is a cool update, isn't it? Now, another thing I guess I should address is the prices. If you want to save an item, it's going to cost you 500 butt coins. And as far as I recall, it also costs 500 to purchase a redesign that somebody else made. However, if you've saved your redesign and then at some point you added onto it and further developed your design, you can actually put it back in and you can update it for only 100 butt coins, which is a lot less than 500. So don't worry about saving your projects too soon before they're fully done. You can always save them and then finish them on a later date and spend the small price of 100 just to update them. That being said, from what I've heard, you can never rename them. So while you do get to choose their name at the very, very beginning, you cannot change this when you update them. So make sure there's no typos in what you're doing, because you're going to be stuck with that typo forever. If you guys want to get your hands on my reskinned items, that being the Oaken Guard, the Pine Booster, the Sledgehammer, and the good old Plank, you can find them in my community world code AMONGUZ. Should be on screen now if the editor me did his job right. So, that's everything! I am going to enjoy the new update and have some fun. Also, don't forget, there is a free reskinned gadget hiding in the main home of the Yeeps suburbs. Now, if you're ready for a quick spoiler onto where it is, it's directly behind the portal to the Toymaker's workshop. Just hiding right behind there, you'll find a dispenser with the grand, the amazing, the illustrious Nathan Cup. Made by Nathan himself. So if you want to drink some of Nathan's grandma's secret homemade hot cocoa recipe, make sure to get behind that portal, grab this, shove it right into here, and purchase the Nathan Cup for a grand total of 0 butt coins. It's pretty darn good. So yeah, see y'all later, and yippee-ki-yay! Woo-hoo!